Hi everyone, here is Alice from Our Lifestyle Matters, and yeah, it's been a while I did a video. I have been doing a lot of soul searching, I would say, to really specify exactly what I want to be doing on this channel with my brand, with my entrepreneurial journey. And so it's just been taking me some time to really put things into place and working on rebranding and all that stuff. However, I want to start documenting this process. I want to document the journey and also probably give out to really also teach what I'm learning along the process, along the way, because that way it makes it more tangible to me. When the more I speak about what I learn, the more it makes it tangible and the more it helps me to integrate this better in my life. Now, I just started a 12 months live coaching session with Christie Sheldon. For those of you who don't know Christie Sheldon, she is an unlimited abundance coach. What that means is she helps people to unblock blockages from their, how do I put it, from their psychic. She's very psychic, so she connects with you and see where you're blocked one way or the other in your life, and helps you declutter to declutter that blockage so you can step in and live the life that you really want to be living. The very first time I heard about Christie was about 10 years ago when I bought one of her programs, Living from Love and Above. That was the program. It was so powerful for me back then. And it's still very powerful for me because the concept, the principles, the tools she shares in that program has helped me to really live my life more from a place of happiness. Now, this program is about unlimited abundance. I have been able to create some abundance in my life. However, I've reached a point where I've stagnated, and I could live like this for the rest of my life and be okay. However, I want more. I have that inner desire to create more and to be more and to have more impact. So I am investing in myself, learning from mentors who coach me, and I am bringing that to you until I really figure out how to put this whole program or all what I've been learning in a package and really teach people that, because that is my purpose here. I want to be able to have an impact in other people's life in a positive way, especially soulful entrepreneurs. My thing is about helping soulful entrepreneurs step into their power and create a business, an online business for themselves that is going to bring more of themselves, find more of themselves, bring their gifts that they want to bring into the world. Anyway, back to Christie's program. So the whole program is a 12 months program where she takes you through different sessions, and the session yesterday was all about stupid stories. Now, we are made up of our core beliefs. We have core beliefs, and these core beliefs are either beliefs that we have experienced from life experiences, or stories that we've heard from our father or our mother or our parents, or a significant influential person that you've heard about while you were growing up. And most of these stories are very subjective, are very relative to the person, the individual. However, growing up, you just see the world from the eyes of your caregivers, and you pick up those stories and they become your stories. And at times, these stories do not serve us. So yes, it was about the stupid stories that you tell yourself why you cannot achieve what you really want to achieve in your life. It was more about identifying those stories and decluttering, and really she helps you identify the very first time you had these thoughts. Like, let's say, most of our stories, most of the patterns that run our lives today are stories that we heard from the age of 0 till 8 years old. That is when the imprinting is done in you, and those are the programs. It's like a computer program. That program just starts running on autopilot, just like breathing or your heartbeat. These are programs that are running on autopilot. And there's some other programs that you picked up somewhere along the line while you were growing up that are also running on autopilot. Now, the thing is, We want to continue breathing. We want our heartbeats to continue beating. So those programs are fine. But how about the other programs that come up to sabotage the life that you want to be living for yourself? So the program yesterday, the whole session yesterday was to identify those programs. Identify the first time you had that program impregnated in your subconscious or in your consciousness, and then you consciously declutter and this story. She has a tool. I'm going to share two tools that we did yesterday. You declutter that story and just take it out of your existence, not to hold on to that pattern, just to reprogram your subconscious mind to create a new program and tell a new story. It's all about throwing away the old stories that do not support you, do not serve you anymore, and put in new stories to help you go to where you want to be in your life, in your abundant journey. For me, it's a journey I'm creating to be unlimitedly abundant, so that I can make an impact, the impact I want to have on other people's lives. So two really useful tools she shared yesterday was one of the tools, the ABC, always be connected. The always be connected tool is all about always be connected to your higher self, to God, to spirit, whatever your term for it is. Always be connected is all about always be connected to spirit, always be connected to your higher self, and always be connected to your intuition. She does this exercise where within 3 minutes you can connect and expand your own energy, so you can visualize. And most people actually say they don't know how to visualize. Everybody does visualize. Like right now, if I say think about a pink elephant, you actually visually think and you have an image of a pink elephant. So the whole process of visualization is you visualize a golden light or lights or anything that feels light to you. And your definition of God, you imagine that coming through, down, pouring, like rain falling from the skies, from the heavens. Imagine lights falling from the heavens and coming directly through your head, through your chakras. But chakras is another thing. I don't want to complicate this video. And then you picture it come through your centers, your throat, your heart chakra, and your solar plexus. Now you also picture light coming from the earth. Think about the Mother Earth, our Mother Earth. That's heaven and below. Above and below. Below is the energy of the earth, Mother Earth, the support it gives you. You also picture, you also visualize energy coming from the earth through your legs, through your hands, through your hips, and meets with the energy from above. So all the energy kind of like meets in this heart center, and you also visualize this energy going throughout, surrounding you, creating a bubble around you. And this bubble, you slowly increase the bubble, the size of the bubble. It should the whole point of this exercise, the ABC, always be connected exercise, is to really connect to source, connect to your higher self, and connect to God. And when you do connect, she advises people to connect to this energy and do your manifestation from connecting within this energy, because what that does is most of the time we try to ask for what we want from a very limited perspective, from a very limited vibration. What this exercise does is it increases your vibration. Like you have a think about radio signals. You have a bigger signal, you're sending out lots of signals into the universe, and you're expanding it up, you're calling in more resources into you, and then from that place you ask for what you want. It just makes sense to me. If you have any questions, because I'm trying to take it really fast so that the video is not long, if you have any questions on this, comment on the link, comment below and ask whatever questions, so you can send me a direct message and I'm be glad to answer your questions. Now the second exercise is when we ask for something, when we ask for, let's say I want to manifest, I want to call, I want to invite an extra 100,000, 10,000, whatever the amount it is for you. Of course, your conscious mind is going to say, are you nuts? where are we going to have that? We always turn to think about how are we going to call that into experience, but it is not really our job to think of the how. It is our job to ask and to take the inspired actions towards that goal, but it's not really our job to try to figure it out. So when you ask for something that is usually extremely big and it's gigantic asking, our beliefs, if we have beliefs in ourselves that we believe we cannot achieve that, those beliefs are also going to kick in. So you start having doubts, you start having all sort of feelings come up to hold you put, like, hey, then what that is, now you have conflicting beliefs. One belief wants to move you forward, and the other belief wants to allow you to stay put where you are. And she goes through another process of decluttering it. So you say, you destroy, no, this story mean wherever this belief originated from, the programming of this imprinting originated from, you are destroying it. You are destroying the whole story about that. You don't believe in that story anymore, and you destroy, what was it? You destroy, delete is you wipe it off your slate. You have a clean slate. That story should not be in your imprinting anymore, and you release this across all time, space, and reality. That makes it go. It's complex, but I'm gonna be going into this as I progress in my own journey. So that's it for me today. Just a quick process. Just my message from this video is really, what are the stories that you're carrying with yourself in telling yourself if you can achieve something in life or not? Always be connected to this little exercise. She actually says what you can do is to have a calendar entry. An alarm goes off every after 2 or 3 hours or minutes or whatever, that makes you go through this 3-minute exercise to connect to your light, to your divinity, to your powers. Really just make it a lifestyle change, make it a way of living, to always be connected in this energy of love and above. And the next thing is just to declutter. How to declutter constantly. She was explaining how she lives her life. She says she's constantly living her life in just decluttering things that do not serve her. One other thing she said quickly before I make this video too long is, at times you think about a goal where you just don't know how you are going to achieve this goal. We think about it, we say, oh no, this is too big for me to even dare to go for this goal. In these cases where you have your own self-doubts, what you can do is to say, what would it take? The asking of what would it take for me to ABC opens up possibilities. It just opens up possibilities to the universe. What would it take for me to be a good mother? What would it take for me to create an online business that is successful? What would it take for me to lose weight? All the things, what would it take? It activates your intuition to give you direction. So what would it take? Just ask it out. And usually the very first 3 minutes or so of the answer that comes up when you ask this question is your intuition talking. So most of the time, those are the right answers for you to take in whatever obstacle you're having currently. So that's my share today. Video is going to learn, and I will be sharing my journey as I progress with this journey. It's a 12 months program, and we have live sessions with her every single one Saturday in a month. Yesterday it was actually a large webinar. I've never actually been in such a large webinar before. It was about 1,000 people. She has a Facebook group that she does. I'll soon be over with that. She has a Facebook group that has about 45,000 people in there. It's the largest group I've ever seen on Facebook. And so I'll just be sharing my takeaways from these sessions, and hopefully it helps anyone out there. If you have questions, send me a direct link or send me a direct message, and I will do my best to answer your questions. Have a great one. Bye for now.